Hi everyone, my name is Kayla. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be reading Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver. And I know this book isn't really like trending on TikTok or whatever right now, but it's been on my shelf for literally years and I decided to finally read it to check it off my list, so I filmed a reading vlog. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow my TikTok and Instagram at Kayla Reads. So let's get started. I'm reading Before I Fall. Tell me this does not look like Billie Eilish. Okay, my iced coffee here. The McDonald's. Giving me very much rich white girl. And the park here is very quiet and there are a bunch of people walking around. So I feel like I even just have to whisper. Beginning vibes, not good. And I've been having an issue with reading books with white main characters written by white authors, but I know Before I Fall is pretty good, so I'm gonna do it and read it. But I'm not liking the main character and her friend so far. POC count 1, Eileen Cho gets 4 roses from her boyfriend, Ian Dowell. That one. I already don't like the vibes from Rob. Sam's love interest in the beginning is the way the kiss is written when they're in homecoming. It's give me icky vibes. And believe me, I know what it's like to be on the other side. I was there for the first half of my life, the bottom of the bottom, lowest of the low. I know what it's like to have to squabble and pick and fight over the leftovers. Do you really? I know the story is probably gonna be like she dies and then she realizes, oh, there's like more than just her and her friends. But right now, she's really getting on my nerves. All of them, all 4 of them. But I'm back in the car. I read for about an hour or so, but I've only read about that much. To page 54. Yeah. And so far, it's not good. Sam and her 3 friends are just complete jerks. It's not cute. They're jerks. They make fun of people. Just the way that they act with people who are lower than them on the social ladder. And it just reminds me of like the worst kind of people. It's supposed to be like she dies and she learns lessons of life. So hopefully it gets better and she learns her lessons because she got a lot to learn. And also the chapters are so long. And I at first I was like, are there even chapters? Because it's going on for forever. The second chapter starts on page 82. That's a long chapter. But one thing I do like is how she has like these these subheads that are like friendship, a history, math class, future, further lessons in chemistry. I do like that. I think that's a really cool stylistic element. I'm gonna go back home to eat lunch. And I'll probably just read at home because I'm gonna finish this. I've had this book on my shelf for like 2 to 3 years, so we're gonna power through. So I'm gonna eat and read at the same time. I don't usually do that, but I want to get through this beginning part as soon as possible because it's really taking a toll on me. Drinking and driving, folks, don't do it. Don't do it. I feel sorry for Sam that she has to deal with Rob. Like, red flags all around. My gyno does the same thing when I go in for an exam, so one of them has to be doing it wrong. Rob thinks he's all that. And to be honest, I don't think it's my gyno. Juliet Sykes. She's going off, calling them all out. Also, like, Sam's like, I never knew you were so pretty. Like, Juliet and Sam, like, Sam is a horse girl. That explains everything. Okay. So, I moved to our backyard to get more sun, but I'm literally not even on page 125, and I'm so bored. Chapter 3, she just died again for the first time. But also I want to note that the humor the humor of the four girls is very dry and forced. Every time they try to be funny, it ends up being very cringy and not organic. Lindsay's so mean! You can't be mean to someone forever and then feel bad when she dies. And she has no regret, no shame, no guilt. It needs to pick up faster. The exposition is taking way too long, and it needs to, the pace is so slow. Hey guys, quick update. It's been a while. I went inside to eat dinner and then my phone died, so I had to charge it, but we reached chapter 5. It's about the middle of the book. I think we reached a turning point in the story. So Sam just went off, she went crazy, and she reached her boiling point. I don't even know that's the word. I'm at a loss for words right now. The girl who was giving Sam the valogram is Juliet Sykes' little sister. That was a twist. Okay, so we've reached the point in the book where Sam, I'm always forgetting her name because Allie, Izzy, Lindsay, they're all just mixed up. Sam is like realizing like, oh, I have to save Juliet. I have to step in and I have to do my part. So we're reaching the character arc. We're reaching the development of Sam. I realize I've never really done something good for someone else, at least not for a while. Clearly. She's called Juliet pretty so many times. Wait, so because Sam wasn't in the car, Elodie was sitting in this front seat where Sam should be sitting, so she's the one who died. Chapter 6. Let's see, does it restart? It does restart. It's Cupid Day again. Is she gonna get Juliet roses? Hi everyone, so it's the next day. I did not finish the book last night, so I'm gonna continue today. I think I have about this much left, and yes, I'm someone who folds the corners. I'm so embarrassed, but yeah, that's me. But I have about this much left. I think we've reached the climax, and we're heading down the hill now, but we'll see. I don't really like Sam and Ken. I've said that before, I'll say it again. I think Sam and Ken's relationship very much was a side plot point to the main story because it's mostly about Sam and her development and her character arc, but it was done in a way where we like forgot about Kent a lot of the times, and so I don't think we can fully appreciate like the development of their relationship. And when they do get together, it kind of does seem out of the blue because they didn't really spend that much time together throughout the other parts of the book. Just realized I've been picturing Sam as Catherine Newton and Kent McFuller as Axel from TikTok. I don't remember his name, but he's the guy with the like super small apartment in New York. And I don't know why, but he screams Kent McFuller to me, or Kent McFuller screams him. Okay, also, the spell didn't break. She's living the same day for the 7th time. And I don't know why I didn't realize this earlier. The chapters are the days that the days that get repeated. So this is the 7th chapter and it's the 7th day that she's lived the same day again. I don't know why I didn't realize that. But yeah. And if singing were a feeling, it would be this. This light, this lifting, this laughing. The rest you have to find out for yourself. So she just died. That's an interesting turn. So she died. So I guess she was like stuck in purgatory from when she died that very first time until now, until the end of the book. And she was supposed to right her wrongs and like change before she can move on past that point. Which makes sense, but yeah, I kind of like how it ended and it leaves more to the imagination. It's not a cliche ending. So I did like the ending actually. So we finished Before I Fall. So we reached the end of the book. I'm not gonna do a full book talk here, but I will just say a couple of things. It definitely wasn't my favorite book that I've ever read, but despite my negative reactions throughout the video, I do think it was overall pretty good. I really liked the story, and even though I really hated the main character, I think the purpose of her being unlikable and rude and mean is exactly why she had to go through the whole journey in the first place. So it did serve its purpose that we hated the character so much in the beginning and throughout most of the book. So overall, I would probably rate this book about 6. It was really slow paced since Sam is repeating that day over and over again, and so to that nature, the story does get incredibly repetitive. And since it's a fairly long book, some parts feel really dragged out and I got really bored. And so that made it kind of hard to read, and on top of the fact that the main character was extremely unlikable, it made it even harder to read and stick through it. But I know this book got really popular when it first got published, and a lot of people like it, especially since there's some really important lessons. You have to be conscious of your actions because they have consequences, and it's never too late to change. But overall, I don't think this would be on the very top of my list to recommend to someone to read, but it's still a good book. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to follow my Instagram and TikTok at Kayla Reads. See you next time.